What's up, guys? I'm Quay. I'm here at Jessie's Performance with my 86 IROC. It was built by Jessie's Performance. And we're going to dyno it today, and hopefully Jessie don't tear it up, but we'll see how it goes. She's going to send it. So, hey, we'll make it happen.
No promises. Nothing is in writing about this thing not being broke today.
He did sign a waiver.
He did sign a waiver.
Absolutely. Safety first.
Safety first, except in the tune-up. We put safety last in the tune-up. We save the rest of the safety for the inside the car.
That's it.
So.
What motor's in this?
It's a 5.3 LS stock truck motor. I'm just kidding.
You don't gotta reveal no secrets if you don't want to.
But yeah, it's backed up by a Turbo 400. So yeah, we're gonna see what it do.
Does have a QuickTime Performance 35 spline 9-inch with aluminum carrier in it also, and set of twin 67 VS Racing mirror image turbos, little air-to-air intercooler setup. Yeah, it's pretty simple. E85, you know, Holley 12-1800 fuel pump. I mean, this thing should. It's a pretty good recipe that I've used many times. And realistically, if we really lean on it, you know, it should make over 1,000. I think, you know, I don't know. He only wants 700, so I think we'll stop there. And, you know what I'm saying?
Why you only want 700?
Oh man.
To start?
Yeah,
and
to
turn
start.
It up?
Yeah, we'll go from there. We'll go from there.
It's alright. I'm gonna do the same thing.
I think the car probably only weighs. I mean, we do have carpet in it, but the car probably weighs less than 3,000 pounds the way we have it set up. So I mean,
plus
750 horsepower. You know, less than 3,000 pounds on a real tire. This thing is gonna boogie. You know, especially if you ain't never drove anything like this, it's gonna trap this kind of speeds. Because in the 8th, it should trap, you know, 135, 140. You know, all in. So it should party.
Sweet.
Yeah. All right.
3,000 plus 260. Oh wait, 260.
Local car shows, you don't see things like
Nah.
that. So, but luckily we started with a really nice car. I don't know, it only had like 38,000 miles on the gauge cluster. I don't know if it turned over or not, but this car was a really good car to start with. Yeah. I couldn't believe we made it to a race car. I was like, are you sure? I got this old clapped out piece of shit out back here. We could probably fucking, you know what I'm saying? I should have just swapped him cars.
Oh, you never known. No. We're like, yeah, this is your car.
Oh, here it is. Here it is. Oh no.
No, this is
on this cap, do we know?
enough.
Okay. Don't want
Just enough if we're not lifting the heads off of it.
Bum, bum, bum.
Turns out, on the old the Acme Mustang, driver's side head wasn't torqued down properly by the engine builder, not Jessie's Performance, but by the engine builder. So that's why we had cooling issues. That's why we lifted the head. We didn't fire spot the head. We didn't hurt the block. We didn't hurt the motor. So basically going to be, I'll have the heads checked for squareness. Maybe deck them, you know, a couple thousands to make sure they're square. New LS9 gaskets, retorque job, and should be good to go. So I got lucky. I saw the problem before it was too bad. All right. So I'm gonna do my thing, and we're gonna see if we can make some power with this thing. I think I fell off the jack.
Oh, God, that's fucking bird. Yeah. Yeah, it just burns like hell. between the exhaust and the. Whew. that, like, can we tell on the tire where it's rubbing?
You might have to jack it up and raise the coil over.
Yeah, because now we're rubbing on in the center of the tire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ballooned up.
Alright, so pop the rear off, jack up the back of the car. And then we'll raise the rear end up. What do it make? 620 on the gate?
Yep.
Alright.
624.
First pull, not bad.
Yeah. On 10 pounds. Alright.
You want to talk?
Let me get out of here first. Alright, so we got a few bugs to work out here. Mainly we got the car just a little low for these big tires, so we're gonna jack up the car just a little bit to get it to clear the tire. On the dyno, the suspension and the shock doesn't work the same as it would on the street, so it just allows it to sag. It doesn't come back because we don't have the front of the car lifting. So we're gonna adjust the rear suspension. I'm gonna figure out why the belts didn't stay on for the water pump and the alternator, and we'll give her another swing. But it did make just over 600 on the gate, and it's got more to go. I got it super conservative, and so and we stood up on the converter pretty hard, so this thing's gonna be nasty. So we got most of the bugs worked out. I think we raised the back suspension up. We're doing that's doing good now. We still have a belt kicking issue. Our belt's just too short, and we got the tensioner in a bind, so we got another belt coming. But I'm gonna make one more hit on the gate. We keep progressing in power, just tuning out on the gate. So yeah. Everybody, back on the dyno again with the IROC N ROLL Camaro. So in the previous clip, we had it on the dyno on the gates. It made like 650 horsepower, like 11 or 12 pounds of boost. The boost control wasn't, we didn't activate the boost control because the motor was still new and we were doing a bunch of just testing stuff. So between then and now, we've done a lot of work on the car.
Narrowed the rear end.
Yeah, we narrowed the rear end because we were having troubles rubbing on the tires, right? We narrowed the rear end, got all that lined out. That's much better. We had to air hammer the inner wheel wells on the rear. Pretty typical on putting 28s on tucking on these cars. What else did we do? We made a few other changes. We got a coolant overflow built today for it. We did a little street hit on it. Realized that there was a plug in the boost control solenoid that needed to be a vent. So we basically maxed the turbos out on boost unintentionally. And luckily we have Holly on this car, and it saw that we were over boosting and went to kind of a, not a lean condition, but a lean set point, and it kicked the ignition off, which we saw in the video, the big flames at the end of the other video. So luckily for that, we don't have a hurt motor. It maxed the 2.5 bar map sensor out, so I don't know where we're at on boost. We had 120 pound injectors in it, maxed those out. So now we stepped it up to a 3.5 bar map sensor, some 210 injectors, same pump. The pump should be fine. Now we got it strapped back down on the dyno, and we're gonna see what it makes turned up, make sure the boost control's working, all that good stuff. And then tomorrow we're going to a private track rental at XRP. Basically, not to so much test the car, but let the customer, you know, I'll make a few hits in it to make sure the car goes straight, but it's mostly to let the customer get some seat time before he's in a big crowd and, you know, potentially embarrasses himself or hurts himself being so nervous, you know, with all kinds of people around. It's always good to be familiar with your car before you try and fully send it at the track, because if not, it's very easy to hurt yourself or someone else.
Your car.
Yeah, or your car. You know, you know.
It happens.
Yeah, cars hitting walls or.
That's the Transmero.
Yeah, that's a good example. Sorry, Gray, if you're watching this, but it's life. Right?
Shit happens.
Yeah, you gotta own it.
He'll own up to that.
Yeah, I fuck shit up all the time too. Just not at the track. So yeah, let's we're trying to get the dyno computer to work. If not, we're gonna run the dyno off my laptop. We're gonna run this thing up probably at about 30 pounds of boost and see what happens. Maybe we might dip into 35 pounds of boost. We got a map sensor that'll go a little ways now, so we should be all right. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, the tune seems to be better, so it's smoother. We're at power. There's bigger injectors, better injector data, just a little bit more tuning. Yeah, I'm gonna double check everything and I'm gonna turn the boost up. see
Yeah.
me? All right. So, dun, 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 dun. All right. It makes 650, right, on the gates. We didn't say what it's gonna make all in, but we haven't turned it all the way up yet. But at the boost level it's at now, it makes 950 horsepower. And like I said, we're not all in there. I want to do some more tuning at the track, get some logs at the track, and see where we go from there. We're still having an alternator belt issue on the dyno. It doesn't seem to happen on the street, but it does happen on the dyno. So we're gonna do a new tensioner, new belt deal. It just runs the alternator. The battery will get us through the traps and back to the pits if we need to. So, but I'm super happy. Everything seems to be working really, really well. The graphs is super smooth. It's got gobs and gobs of torque for a 5.3, a little turbo deal. Like it
stands out.
It stands up. It's impressive.
Mhm.
It's impressive.
Very.
Like for what it is, and yeah, it's impressive. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys, you know, got to see some fireballs and you know,
I was trying.
and stuff.
It's
you
hard
know.
to catch on video.
Yeah, we got videos of fireballs that we can put in. We might just, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Track tomorrow. We'll get our loaded tonight and hit the track tomorrow. All right.